Parts of Minneapolis are unrecognizable to people today, damaged by fire and looting. We have a team coverage of the overnight protests that have turned violent. Kate Raddatz is in the uptown neighborhood of Minneapolis, where some of the looting and the rioting stretched to. But let's start with Christian Cordero. He is closer to that 3rd Police Precinct. And Christian, I know you have been out there all morning long, right there along Lake Street, seeing this scene change in sometimes just by the minute. What does it look like out there right now?
Well, Heather, we are right next to the precinct, actually, and I actually do want to put things in perspective for you a little bit. About 24 hours ago, I stood right around here, and I saw a young woman who works at Minnehaha Liquor. She was cleaning up after night 1 of protests. She says that she was at the peaceful protest over at 38th and Chicago when she got the call that Minnehaha Liquors had been looted. So she, of course, spent all of yesterday cleaning up, and then you see now, 24 hours later, how much things have changed. This auto zone, if you can even recognize it, is merely a pile of rubble, and then what you cannot see beyond it are the other businesses that have either been looted, they have all been vandalized, and some of them have been burned to the ground, including an apartment complex that was under construction. We've showed you that video throughout the morning. Now, right behind my shoulder is a lot of tension. There's a standoff of sorts with Minneapolis police at the 3rd Precinct, just standing there, standing ground, and then a whole bunch of protesters who are expressing very vocally how they feel about this situation, and you know, in their own shape or their own form, pushing the conversation and how they see that moving forward. Now, I'm going to introduce you to 2 people. We've actually showed these 2 individuals to you earlier this morning, but they really do kind of encapsulate what the sentiment is here and the divide is here. One of those individuals was a woman that I met early this morning who just kind of speaks to this and what it symbolizes more than just what's happening right here. But first, you're going to hear from a veteran who lives right next to a building that burned down, and he's now homeless.
It didn't make sense. If they want justice for whatever's going on, they got to. It can't happen. We need to stick with what we need to do to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. This kind of stuff can't happen.
This is a long time in the making. This situation has been combustible for quite a while, and city leaders have had a long time. Jamar Clark died November of 2015. They've had all that time to clean up the police department. We see now, which is a huge symbol of the frustration that many people have with our police department.
Yeah, a lot of frustration, a lot of fear, and of course a whole lot of anger. Heather, as you said, this is changing what feels like by the minute, so we'll keep you updated as it does.
Christian, it looks like there are a lot more people out there now than when we saw you just a couple of hours ago. Do you see the crowds getting larger throughout the morning?
We do. There are a whole lot of parts of this part of South Minneapolis that have been barricaded off. The streets are closed, of course. So with that has come a whole lot of people on bikes, people who maybe live in the neighborhood or were able to get around barricades in their vehicles. But yes, of course, there are certainly a lot of people here, some shocked and some continuing to protest.
Christian, thank you.